Jack, Aimpoint has been making red dot sights, I think, for about 50 years now. Here on the table, we've got the new Acro C-2. What can you tell me about it?
So out the gate, let's kind of compare it to the Acro P2, right? P is pistol, C is carbine. What's similar, right? You still got that crazy battery life, 50,000 odd hours like that. Right. Same mounting interface. This one though, you're gonna see a couple tweaks that optimize it for carbine use. It's gonna come with some cool flip covers here. You got a clear one in the back, a solid one in the front. In a weird use case scenario, you could leave the front one closed, look through the clear one in the back and superimpose that dot over your target and it still works. That concept goes all the way back to Vietnam. But this one, you've got a bit tighter aiming dot, right? Your Acro P2 has got a 3.5 MOA. This has a 2.5 MOA. All in all, this is more optimized for that carbine. The P2, that's your pistol red dot.
And one of the things that I'd like to say about Aimpoint red dots in general is like there's a lot of different companies making red dots out there. And they're like, well, Aimpoint's expensive, this other one is just as good. No, it's not. Aimpoint has had their optics fielded by the Army for over 30 years. And I talked to the guy that was in charge of the repairs. And so like when the war on terror first started, he said every 6 months we'd get a few optics back. Well, Aimpoint would autopsy those things and figure out what went wrong. And then that improvement got put into the manufacturing process. So they've got about 30 years of the U.S. Army trying to break their stuff that no one else has. So while it might look like an Aimpoint and it might be a red dot like an Aimpoint, it's not an Aimpoint. The other thing I'd like to say is that these are made out of 7075 T6 aluminum, which is the most durable. Like if you're running along, you trip and fall and take a dump and land right on your optic. This is by far the best material to have your red dot made out of. Almost all of the others are made out of 6061, which even when it's done right, it's never gonna be as durable as the 7075.
I think you made a really good point earlier. Okay, yeah, the construction is great, but how it's put together is just as important, right? There's other red dots that have similar, material construction, but do they put it together the way Aimpoint does? So another big feature for me on this one, the P2 price point is about $100 more. That one runs around $699. This is $599. It's $100 less, but you also get your choice of mount. We have the Scalar Works mount here. Super easy to throw on and off, easy to swap between your different carbines. But those mounts, $100+ mounts themselves. So $200 in savings.
You're saving $100 on the optic, $100 on the mount. And so, I mean, that's a pretty significant savings. If I was gonna put the Acro C-2 on a rifle, and if I was gonna mount a mini red dot on a rifle, that's the one I would mount. And it would definitely be the C-2 because of the savings.
Absolutely. And, probably one of the best deals you've seen from Aimpoint. The only other thing of note, your water rating. The P2 is rated for a bit deeper, but unless you're gonna go swimming with this bad boy, I don't think you're gonna run into any problems. So guys, if you're a fan of the Acro, you like it on your pistol, this is a really good deal from Aimpoint. You get a mount with a carbine optimized red dot sight. Go check it out.